So, in searching for tutorials for OrbusVR, um, I have found a lot of mage tutorials, specifically on Affliction 2, which I believe to be the hardest spell in the game, just because it has so many moving parts, and it's just really complicated. Now, there are a lot of great shortcuts. I know that one is made by Elk. It's like a spiral and everything, and they're great. But one that I found to be the easiest is the 8 ball. Now, the 8 ball is pretty simple. It is an 8 with a ball around it. Okay, somehow that casted. So it's it's simple at first, but it's kind of complicated drawing it in one stroke because you kind of have to. Here, how do I break this down? All right, so you go around, and then right there, you don't want to make it round like that. You want to keep that one really round. But then once you get there, you then want to make that ball around. My sensors just died, but that's basically what it should look like. It should look like an 8 with a ball around it. This side should be curved. This side should be a little more jagged. Now, something that I see people do when they try and do this is they try and take the tail all the way around here. Tail's not going around for a second circle. Alright, so that doesn't work. Already established that. That does not work. Something that I found is if you end your tail right there, then you'll have a better time. If you try and end it around that area so that you don't even curve, you kind of just keep it around there, you'll have a much easier time. It's a lot easier than trying to like get that like sweet spot like around there. Just keep it around there and keep it kind of close to the 8. Now another thing that you can do is maybe take the top of it through the 8. Now I'm not talking about taking it through here. I'm talking about taking it through like around here and keep it along here if you're going to keep it out. Now a lot of people have trouble with sizing. While the game has less to detect if you draw it super small like that, I don't suggest doing that, that's dumb. Like that size. While the game has less to detect, it's a lot harder because you have less control over it. Now, I'm not saying draw it freaking massive like that. I'm talking about maybe at the beginning, kind of take it slow, keep it big, get a feel for what it really looks like, and then you can work your way down smaller and smaller to about the size of your hand. Now, if you just cut off my wrist, about the size of my hand. You may even want to go smaller. It's really whatever you feel comfortable with. Because if you're trying to do something that you're not feeling comfortable with, especially in a shard, it gets really complicated, then your DPS drops, and you feel bad, and it's just a mess. Nobody really wants to deal with that. Now another thing that you can do is I think you go to the Obnobi encampment. There's a little pillar that you can rub your book up against, and then the spell will go to this little icon right here. If you click on it here, look. So if you click on a certain section in your journal, then it'll take you there. Now, if you just go through, where is Affliction 2? There it is. Greater Affliction, and this is basically what it looks like. It looks like an envelope. Something that you can do is you can trace it, and that'll help you get a feel. I'm not great at tracing. Now tracing exactly isn't really that great, but you kind of just want to get a feel for the dimensions, like get everything kind of match up, just like a little, and then maybe you can put your journal away and copy what you just did, and then practice it. Now, something that you need to remember when playing mage, it's frustrating. It is really, really frustrating. I'm not a mage for that reason. I don't have patience for this stuff. That's why I'm a ranger and a tank. That stuff is pretty much immediate. Mage takes hours upon hours upon hours to practice just to get a simple spell like the fireball. It takes, I'm not even kidding you, it takes hours to get that. And it's really frustrating, but these spells are really rewarding, so you need to remember to stick with it, and remember with mage that nothing is immediate. If it's immediate, well, then you're probably gonna be the next Bucky boy, because that's insane. So just remember that you can trace it in your book, trace it to get a feel for it, and then after you trace it, you can put your book away, you can do that, you can draw it big, you can sit in high step for a few minutes, do that, take your headset off, relax, go back, keep on practicing it. Maybe go down smaller, and draw it a little faster. And I'm not a mage, so I pop a lot. And that's basically the easiest way to cast Affliction too.